I know I'm capable of doing, and based on my experience, then I can advocate for them, you know, and actually bring to light what is the challenges that people are facing. Maybe one day I can be a representative, but I do want to focus a lot in speaking up for the people. I was doing really bad for my age. The reason why I got locked up, it's 3 different cases, but they're the same, robbery with weapon. When I think about my childhood, you know, I get really emotional because I had to witness many things that I didn't like. They were carried on with me, you know, throughout my teenage years, and filled me with like a lot of hate and resentment towards the people that were in my life before. My dad started doing drugs when he would come home. Sometimes he'll be in a bad mood and he'll just start beating me. We lived in a room in the back of a house. It was like a closet, right? We only had a bunk bed. That's the only thing that fit in there. And we just had to like go to the bathroom around the house, and we couldn't even cook. So it was really hard for me. Like, it made me feel embarrassed. I wanted something to fill me, because it's like you have this big hole in you and it needs to get filled with love, with happiness. And so we started just drinking. We would just drink and do drugs, and I started to depend so much on it that I stopped going to school. Like, if I go to school, I was in a bad mood and I started fighting girls. I left the place where we were living, and I was just, you know, living with my friends, couch surfing. I was 14 years old, and I had to steal. And then we started like using weapons. At the ranch, we had more counseling, more talking, a more rehabilitative environment. Thinking of what a mother should be like gave me the strength to change and to do the things that I have to do for my son, because I know what the pain feels like, and I didn't want him to go through it and go through poverty and go through roaming the streets and, you know, stealing and doing things that, you know, you don't want to. That's not your personality, but you have to do it because there's no other choice. We're here, Matthew. I want him to have a good future, to be smart, to go to school. I love him. I want him to have a good life. Yay! I wanted to go to college, so I wanted it to achieve my goals for the first time ever now that I was a mother. You need some support, some guidance, some direction, and I'm like that. I depend a lot on guidance because I want to make sure I'm doing things right. Going to see Teresa, my counselor, and talking about, you know, my goals, what am I supposed to do, because without knowing anything, I felt lost. I want to tell them that they can rewrite their story. The keyword's like try. You don't know if you're going to be good at something if you don't try. That's one of my passions. I want to open up the eyes of other youth who are going through similar challenges that I faced and let them know that they can also do the same. You just have to believe in yourself.